It seems like every day I get at least one comment from someone that says the cops will never take your guns, or something along the lines of, I know cops in my hometown and they said that they would never confiscate your guns. Well, today I'm here to put that argument to rest because cops will and cops are taking people's guns. Today we're going to be taking a look at the California Department of Justice website, a video that they put out on April 1st of this year, and no, it was not an April Fool's joke, however much I would have liked it to be. Today we're going to be looking at the cops who are taking your guns, the members of the APPS systems, the Armed Prohibited Person System team. What their job is to go after people in the state of California who are in possession of firearms, who they deem are not allowed to have firearms or are prohibited persons. I've discussed in the past my feelings about felons and other free persons being able to own guns. I think it was someone said something along the lines of, no free man shall be debarred the use of arms. I don't know, someone probably a little bit smarter than me I think said that. But besides the point, these cops are the people who will and who are going after people's guns in the state of California. And we're going to watch this video, we're going to kind of scroll through some details, and I'm going to give you a little bit of commentary on it. So let's get into it.
And this is our apps program. The apps list is populated.
Hold up. You guys heard that music, right? Just that. You get two riffs in, and I'm already just, this is cheesy. Like, this has to be an April Fool's joke, right? But it's not.
By a triggering event that makes a person prohibited. The prohibited person is entered into a system. It's triply validated to ensure that we have confirmed that that person is a prohibited person.
If these people are so dangerous that we shouldn't be allowing them to have guns, why are they allowed to walk freely amongst us? I don't know, maybe just a conversation for another date. And
that we have registered firearms to that person.
Here's an important thing, I'm pausing again. This just shows that every registration always leads to some form of confiscation. Whether or not you agree with free men being able to own firearms that are apparently too dangerous to own guns, but not too dangerous to have in public society, no, that's fine, I guess. But registration does lead to confiscation. That is the only purpose for it.
Well before any operation is conducted, our analysts behind the scenes do extensive work ensuring that they have the correct information, the right person is identified, that they cross-reference that identification with weapons we currently are known to be registered to them. And then from there, we start building up operational plans to go out into the field and try to make an attempt to recover those weapons.
This is some major taxpayer dollars being put towards the essentially Minority Report future crimes, because these people are safe enough for society and the police to determine that they can be out in public amongst us, but apparently them having a gun is too dangerous. No, it's fine. They can drive a 2-ton missile at 70 miles an hour right by a school, and that's fine. But they own guns, and that's just apparently a little bit too dangerous.
Every situation that our agents go into, they know that there's a firearm involved. It's a very dangerous job.
No shit. You go into someone's house and say, hey, I'm here to take your guns and take your shit away from you. Yeah, that might be a little dangerous.
Really?
My God, as a videographer, that just killed me. They lingered on that shot for way too long. I'm sorry.
Critical that local law enforcement agencies understand how important it is to update the system. It takes a lot of resources to go out, find a subject, track down the firearms, and if a local law enforcement agency doesn't keep accurate records and doesn't update the system correctly, we have to repeat a lot of their work, and that's time that can be better spent tracking down people we haven't contacted before.
This is them putting on camera a supposedly showcase of their police excellence and what they do, and they're admitting that they are horrible at their job. They're admitting that the police are not capable of doing their job very well, and that it's causing them to waste taxpayer time and taxpayer money by supporting programs like this. Great job, DOJ. Congratulations, you played yourself.
So the first address we had for this subject ended up being a stale address, so we're going to move on to our second location in the town of Manteca, which is nearby, and we're going to see if he actually lives at that address. This is standard procedure. Bad addresses are, I don't know, 20 to 30% of the time it's a bad address.
They again! Yeah, 20 to 30% of our time that we spend on a given day is just total bullshit. We just waste our time and totally just, we got the wrong place. Great job. Good job, police.
residents moved in 3 months ago.
This person has moved out according to the new residents 3 months ago.
We've now spent how much of this video showing them fail to actually find the person because their information was bad? Thank you, DOJ. You're doing a great job.
If we do find them, we're going to do a probation search. This person is a felon. There's a condition of probation, and we're looking for 5 guns. So we'll see if this is a good address or not when we get out here. So we have good address. Subject, according to the mail at the door, he says the guy we're looking for is in jail. But we don't have information on that, so we're trying to get confirmation right now.
Let's just take a moment to point out that there are 5 officers so far that we see involved in this. Excellent use of taxpayer money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
there we
we're seizing
go.
guns now because our target obviously dropped the guns off to the ground here, and so he's trying to circumvent his prohibition.
This
Horrible choice on a firearm. And look at this dude. This dude is not only using... he's using multiple different types of ammo. That's probably brass FMJs and hollow points with nickel-plated casings in a Sigma. Alright, you know, this guy deserves to have his guns taken away.
This individual that was the owner of this is going to be moved.
So not only did they take the guns from people who were legally allowed to own them, being the grandparents, because when you're a prohibited person, you're allowed to forfeit your firearms to someone, and you don't actually need to fill out... If they properly filled out the intrafamilial transfer form, I believe that this would have been okay, but, you know, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
From our active.
But thank God they got the deadly Smith & Wesson SD9VE off the streets.
Side of the apps database to the pending side, because he's at this point still has 1 gun unaccounted for.
So they spent the whole day with how many officers tracking down this dude, and they were unable to get all of the guns? Great job, DOJ.
Many weapons that are in the possession of our state, local, and federal partners that are not properly entered into the AFS system, Automated Firearms System. So we don't know they're already in police custody. One of the things that we want to focus on at the Department of Justice...
Does this dude have a picture of his own face saying "believe" on it with the Obama Hope art style? What?
is collaborating more with our local and federal partners, because we want to make sure we get good data, we get all these weapons entered into the system so we have a better count of the true risks and number of weapons that are out in our communities. We need to do that and make that a priority.
I just want to once again reiterate that, maybe if I haven't touched on this point, them doing this is just pissing in the wind. So with the advent of 80% and 3D printing, these people doing this job today, they're going to be obsolete in about, I don't know, 7 to 8 months ago. The second that people like Control Pew and DefCAD and all those people started putting out information on how to 3D print your own firearms, goodbye. This is officially useless and a waste of money and time.
People becoming prohibited crosses all segments of society and all socioeconomic status. The richest people in LA could be 5150 or commit a crime. So we go everywhere.
This dude seems like he probably jerked it at least 4 or 5 times to end of watch. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't know what else you want to do with that information, but that's my guess.
The next guy coming up has a criminal protective order, a felony conviction, and a condition of probation. So 3 different things that make him prohibited.
Why is he not arrested completely? Why do we keep letting people like this out? I don't know.
Always concerned about people.
Also, why did they not just get the guns the first time? He's got all this shit going on. This isn't just like, oh, hey, turns out this guy's a bad person. Let's just let him out of jail, though. Oh, shit, he has guns still? Fuck, we fucked up.
We have restraining orders, because it typically means that they have a problem with anger management issues. And you couple that with a domestic violence conviction, 273.5. It shows a propensity for violence.
Again, why did we let people like this out of jail?
The subject's currently in custody, so I don't know. He got picked up for something. I don't know what. So he's not here, but we're going to try and get a consent search just to verify the gun's not here either.
They have now shown 2 different cases, the only 2 in this entire, so far, 5 minutes and 24 seconds of this 11-minute video. They have shown 2 situations where they had camera crews following around these 6 to 8 cops all day, and both times they were already in jail. What?
Very common for family members to say that a gun is not here, and then us still find the guns anyway. They're always shocked. They can't believe that it would be here. But we're going to take a quick look and see.
Why are these people letting the cops search their home? He did say that they are asking for a consent search, meaning that they had to get them to say yes to a search. Why are they saying yes? Don't talk to cops, people. Like, yes, many cops are good people, but their job is not to help you. Their job is to arrest people and take things. Like, if you're not doing anything wrong, that doesn't mean you need to let cops come in and finger fuck all your things.
We couldn't actually contact him to find out where the firearm is, but his mother did allow us to do a consent search of his bedroom space, which is negative for firearms or ammunition, and we feel confident that there are no firearms in his possession.
They knew he had guns. They had it registered that he had guns, and they couldn't find them, and they're trusting the fact that there are not actually guns? Great job, DOJ.
Once we know the firearm is inside, we're not going to leave. There's no way we're going to walk away from a location knowing that the firearm is inside and knowing that the individual is prohibited from owning and possessing that firearm.
Yeah, it's just going to take you like 7 days and 48 officers and 5 missed locations or 5 improperly located locations for you to get there, but you might find them eventually, and if you do, once you get that scent, then it's time to do cop stuff for once.
Victoria's talking to him. It sounds like he has indicated there are firearms in the house and that he is not going to cooperate. We may have to secure the location and breach the door. Victoria, everything code 4?
So right up here is about to be a little interesting. You're going to want to pay real close attention to the interaction he's about to have with this random person.
You live here? Okay, everything's fine. The state's very concerned about people who have mental health problems, and we want to make sure that no one is... hold on.
Isn't that a HIPAA violation to disclose that someone's got sort of history like that? I don't know.
You know this guy right here? Hello.
Hello.
You live here?
Yes. What's wrong?
I'm sorry. You live here? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I'm explaining to her at the same time. Everything's fine. Okay, so, you just stand right here. Okay, so, as I was telling her, your brother had a mental health evaluation a while back, right?
Are they allowed to disclose that kind of information to people? What?
You're familiar with that? You had to go to the hospital for a few days?
Again, are they allowed to say that? Feel free to chime in if I'm wrong here, but I don't think they're allowed to say that.
Right? Okay, as a part of that mental health evaluation, he is prohibited from owning firearms and ammunition for a period of 5 years. Okay?
Here's the problem with this. I think that mental health is a big concern and we need to put more focus on that. However, I think the way the system is currently set up, it discourages people from wanting to reach out and get help because they're afraid of the backlash that could have against it. Because like Officer Friendly here, they might just, maybe disclose that information to everyone that they necessarily don't want to know that information. And it could be the reason that they are no longer allowed to own guns when they're not necessarily dangerous people. So it's a difficult topic, and I'm not going to say that I have the answers for it, but it's just something that I wanted to bring up because I know many people may feel discouraged and don't want to actually reach out help because of the exact situations that we're witnessing here.
All right. He filled out some paperwork when he was discharged from the hospital, letting him know that he needed to turn those firearms into law enforcement or in some way to get rid of those firearms. Okay? And he's in a database right now that indicates that he had not turned in firearms. So we came to visit him to recover those firearms. Nobody's in trouble, nobody's hurt, everything's fine, but he just can't keep those firearms for now. So we're gonna...
Again, he's safe enough to have walking up freely amongst us and driving a 2-ton missile at 65 miles an hour, but you put a .22 in his hands and that is a killing machine that we cannot just have walking around amongst us.
Take them away and get them transferred into somebody else's name, put them someplace where they're safe, where he can't access them.
He only had one firearm that was listed in APPS. So we did retrieve the one firearm that was in APPS, but we also retrieved four additional.
There is a Ruger 10, that looks like a Marlin Model 60 in a Mannlicher stock, and some sort of, maybe a Ruger 1022.
Rifles and one additional handgun.
And look at those high-powered sniper rifles. That Mosin Nagant, oh my goodness. Is that an SKS? Oh my goodness.
So we went there for one,
The firepower that this man had, an absolute arsenal.
and we got 6.
Thank you, DOJ, for getting those weapons of war off our streets. Thank you very much.
That's not uncommon for us to go to a location for an individual to have only one firearm in AFS or APPS, and us retrieve additional firearms.
Did you see the sniper scope on that thing? That thing's ready to kill.
I'm not arresting somebody who just committed a robbery. That's not my stat. I try to take away a gun before someone uses it on someone else.
This dude just said it. He literally just said it. What is this, Minority Report? He said, I am not responding to someone that has broken the law and committed a crime. I am trying to prevent future crimes. So they have identified these people, and they have psychic powers that they can tell that they are actually too dangerous to have on the streets. However, they're just going to let them roam around, and the second they have a whiff of them having a gun, they're like, oh hey, psychic powers activate, go get him. Oh my god, this Minority Report bullshit is just totally out of whack, and I don't get why people still think it's a good thing.
You never know the mass shooting that you just prevented. A felon who had been arrested on a prior occasion by the federal government for possessing a machine gun. When we went to his house, we recovered approximately 20 firearms. Most of those he had built himself.
Hell yeah, brother. Attaboy. Build your own fucking guns. The thing about this dude right here, he is just... you can tell that his boner is pushing through his pants so hard right now. He's having a hard time driving. He is so hard on himself knowing that he's taken guns away from citizens who haven't really done anything wrong or done anything bad enough for them to be locked up in jail. Feel free to let him wander around amongst us, and acknowledging the fact that apparently home building those firearms wasn't too difficult for himself, but he didn't do anything with them.
And a manufacturing operation that he had in his garage.
As we all
He had
should.
a little CNC machine is called, which machined out parts for him to build his own guns. And we recovered 2 machine guns from him, and I think it was 16 assault weapons.
2 machine guns and 16 assault weapons. Okay. Alright. You know what I want to bet I could probably put money on is in the trunk of Officer Friendly's vehicle here? Probably an assault weapon, as far as the state would be considered. But whatever, that's fine. You know, he could have them. It's fine. By the way, this room right here, I feel like we should all aspire to have a gun room that looks like this, minus the evidence tags, but you get what I'm saying.
We're seeing more and more of is a ghost gun. As you can see from both of these weapons, AR-15 variants, this weapon has serial number markings as well as a manufacturer marking. This weapon doesn't have anything. This gun is untraceable. So if this gun was left at the crime scene of a location, the only way we would...
All right, we have to take a second back here real quick. We're at, what, 10:08? Right here. This gun is absolute pleb tier. Look at this. Rear sight that is backwards. Sight mark front sight, or sight mark red dot, no front sight. I guarantee you this is some bargain bin Chinesium that probably, you know, it's got key mod, which as we all know, key mod will get you killed in the streets. This gun is just absolute trash. Whatever's this stock. Are people still running Bungie 1-point slings? I'm sorry, just getting on a tangent.
Of a location, the only way we would be able to find out who possibly had it is through forensic work.
Here's the thing. Any firearm, you can just machine off the serial number and there's no record of it anyway. I don't know why they're acting like criminals don't remove serial numbers. It's like this ghost gun phenomenon isn't real. It's not real. This dude that was a felon that was manufacturing machine guns, he was able to, in his own garage, manufacture, what do you say, 16 assault weapons and 2 machine guns? Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's that hard. So these people are just pissing in the wind.
Otherwise, it is completely untraceable.
Look at that. This person was doing their best to comply with the law while apparently they were too dangerous and were a prohibited person. If you're gonna grab a gun and have it be your demo gun of what you're putting on the racks, at least grab a gun that's non-compliant, for fuck's sake.
As we have seen across America, gun violence is increasing. Using of high-powered weapons is increasing.
High-powered weapons. The only high-powered weapon that we saw confiscated was the Mosin Nagant, an AR-15. Fucking FUDs on the internet have been arguing the inadequacies and the weakness of the 5.56 by 45 or the 223 Remington cartridge for years. Basically, since its existence, people have been saying that it is not adequate for killing people, so shut the heck up with this high-powered assault weapon bullshit. Oh my god.
Increasing. We've had many mass casualty events because of the use of these weapons. Now more.
Let's completely disregard the fact that from 1994 to 2004 we had an assault weapon ban, that during which we had one of the most deadly shootings in all time, Columbine, and then the Virginia Tech shooting. And what did they use? Oh, they used standard 10-round magazines and compliant firearms. But you know what? It's definitely the AR-15s. It's not because the AR-15 is the most common rifle in America. It's definitely because of what it is, right?
More than ever, enforcement against people who are prohibited and are showing signs that they could be violent or are unstable.
Alright, that's enough of that. Basically what Mr. Future Crimes here is saying is that they have the ability to psychically stop crime from happening before it happens. That they definitely didn't spend 30% of their entire day for 2 straight days while they were making this video, you know, with a camera crew of probably 3 people and police of, you know, maybe like 8 people at any given time. Yeah, they definitely didn't waste 30% of their days because they were looking around for the wrong people in the wrong places, not finding all the guns that they wanted to, and then saying, oh yeah, you know, these people are in prison. Somehow, both people that they went to were in prison without them actually knowing that they were already in prison. What? Thank you, DOJ. Very cool. Now, to get the taste of sour ass out of my mouth, I'm gonna shotgun a White Claw. To those of you that are going to give me shit about this, I do not care. You're going to say, oh, that's a weak-ass chug. The thing about shotgunning White Claws is the second you crack this bad boy open, it turns entirely to foam, and I am not about to shit where I eat and get a bunch of White Claw sourness all over my floor where my feet go. You guys know what the deal is. As always, have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.